30 minutes of friends talk about everything that matters to women. Welcome to the lounge.
Especially if you're dealing with your kids, you have certain, let's say, safety measurements when it comes into where to keep your things and how to hide them from your kids. So one of the things I have, and I'm very sure most of people do have, is that kind of a drawer that has everything inside. It's not organized. Whatever you need, any kind of essential, you'll keep them there. But a lot of people feel really, let's say, frustrated about it, because people would say this is a place where you need to organize things. It's not good to add this and that all together because it's going to be an easy access for anyone, and let's say regardless of what you're actually keeping in that drawer. So having that said, Fazia, like, do you have that kind of, let's say, a drawer as well at home?
Yes, my greatest thing, my greatest gift in life is to be messy in my drawer, honestly. And my mom, that's her biggest nightmare. I used to have like this big drawer, and I used to put everything in it. I'm talking about like from nail polish to headbands to hairbrush to like even sometimes a shirt. You'll find a shirt in it, like everything you'll find in it, and it's extremely messy. But I know where everything is. If I need something, I know I'm gonna find it in that drawer. If something is lost, I know it's there. You know, but my mom, that was her biggest nightmare, because she was like, what is this mess? And I'm like, I understand. This is my freedom. This is my space to express, and it's in that drawer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I also have another drawer for like, you know, even junk, like for food. For me, these two go hand in hand.
Right.
The top one is the messiness. The second one is the candy and like the chips and everything that I need to hide from everybody.
The most important life essentials.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't know. I feel like for every person, maybe it started from my childhood or like teenagehood, because my cousin, she was older and I thought she was really cool. And she was like, genuinely, she was actually cool. She was really funny. She was very edgy. She was out in the world. She doesn't really care much. But she had that one drawer. It was really messy, and you would find notebooks. But she was like, remember the movie Mean Girls, like the pink. She had one.
Wow.
Yeah, she had one, and everything was in that. And I was like, oh my god, when I grow up, I want to be like her. I grew up, but I'm not like her. I'm way worse.
Just having the idea that I want to be like her is actually a bonus for you.
Yeah, thank you. But the bonus wasn't there because the drawer is a mess. But I think it's just part of like someone's, you know, teenagehood. They're trying to figure their life out.
I mean, I totally understand why you're going there, because to be honest, this thing was there since I was, let's say, a kid, a teenager. Once I had started to have a room, like I had this kind of, let's say, expectation that once I have my room, I'm gonna have everything all set and being there. So I remember I have two drawers, the ones that are next to me in the bed. Like these mostly don't have anything, they don't contain anything. And then I have the hidden one in the wardrobe itself. So I used to organize them before, but then it got messier with time. Like my mom started to add anything in there, and I have this big bed, and it has, let's say, 4 drawers underneath, and people supposed to, you know, keep their pillows, any kind of, let's say, important thing. So I remember I used to keep things in them, and then I go back again and come and I open them again, and they're full with stuff. And they were like, who keeps adding all of these stuff here? And it's my mom.
No way.
And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I collected all of your things. Like you would see my old phones from different kind of time zone being there, all organized in a bag, but they're actually there. And then you have your chargers from different kind of generations. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, yeah, like this is the drawer that you have. It's full with gadgets and things that belongs to me. But you see them and you get really paranoid about it. So I end up having my own home, and trust me, I have that drawer. Now I understand what my mom
No way.
So I have this drawer, and it's not in my wardrobe, it's in my husband's wardrobe. And I make sure it stays there. So we open the wardrobe, and it's in the last drawer. And it's full with everything. Batteries, screws.
But isn't it like every single household, like in the living room, every single living room in the world, like in Kuwait, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone has the same thing, like the main drawer. You'll find everything in it, everything possible, from stapler to like God knows whose hairbands and everything. Yeah, my mom, she had, I think, everyone's house. It should be a thing for sure, because like I think it started with our mothers. because they'd be hoarding stuff.
Yeah.
Because they'd
yes,
be hoarding
because
stuff.
they'd be hoarding
Because
stuff.
where would it come from? You know what I mean?
Totally
and it's easier
agree.
for you not to clean. So I would take stuff and put it in that drawer and let it be. But also, it saved a lot of times for us to look around because it's just there. But how about this? We go for a quick break and we'll be right back. So, label makers. I've heard about them before, and I think it's just, I don't think it's like the new phenomena, but it's just been there and people just trying to get more creative with it. I know my mom, she uses them for her like spices and everything. She likes to mark everything. For me, I am extremely old school. I like the stickers and write them down, even though they look better with the makers itself.
Right.
And I don't know how to use them. I don't even know where to purchase them, but it is what it is. Do you think it's like a lifesaver? Is it like an overkill?
Well, to be honest, I feel like it's in between. One of the things that I face and I've seen so far is that they're also now label makers for clothes. Like they're the ones that are being printed. Like have more of a, let's say, it's more like a gun, and that you just go through the clothes itself, and then you can write the name. And this is what I've been seeing through school, is that when it comes, especially at primary age, kids started to mix their jackets all together, things, and so I've seen so many moms buying that label maker and starts to write their child name on the clothes with the class number.
Yeah, I've seen it on social media, and I think that's a phenomenal idea, because like the video that I watched, it was a school teacher. She's a kindergarten teacher, and every person has like their bag with their like the diapers and everything. So she had to like mark all of them, the names on the clothes and everything, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, I love that. It's so lovely.
It's very great, very creative, but would I do it? No.
Yeah, honestly.
I'd be too lazy, and I'd be holding this marker that helps me to write anything on it.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes into, let's say, having this food bag. And I remember the lunchbox that I used to purchase for Maria. Like I wanted to keep, because they told me to write everything that belongs to her and have a label on it, and I couldn't. Like I couldn't do it. I had a sticker, it was moving, and so I was like, you know what, I'll just write with a marker that's hard to be removed. And I remember writing Maria's name on it, and now let's say Maria is not using it anymore, so Talia is using it, and I'm really afraid that Talia will understand that this belongs to Maria because of that marker. In a way, she'd be like, why didn't you buy me new one?
Is it hard to use?
What, the marker?
Yeah.
No, it's very easy. Like you could just write anything, but when it comes into removing it, like you have to have, let's say, that kind of alcoholic, let's say, liquids that you need
like
to
wipes
use.
or something.
And trust me, I'm not gonna do that. Like it's even not really like it doesn't go when you're washing it, so it stays there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and like for instance, if you want to bring the nail polish remover, it could actually ease it up and help you to actually remove it.
Wow.
Not damaging, of course, the surface, because there are certain, let's say, materials that not to be added to it. But I'm really lazy to remove it, and it's there, and hopefully Talia will never figure it out. But talking about the label of let's say marker labels or label maker, I mean, they're very time consuming, they're very great, but I think the problem is for purchasing it, you know. Like to me, I would feel I'm really, let's say, lazy to order it, to have it, to understand how it actually works.
Yeah.
And especially the ones that's for clothes. So yeah, I'm like, you know what, I'll just stick to the basic and write the name out.
So true. And for me, I would do exactly the same, because I wouldn't go all out and try to, like, you know, get all creative. I'm just gonna be like, where's the sticker? And that's what I was thinking. I swear because I'm like, I have the spices, but I haven't like marked them or anything, and I want to put the names right now, and I don't even know which one is which, so I have to mark it anyways. But I was just trying to get cute and stuff. So for me to be like, oh, if I don't see it, my mom would see it, everyone's gonna see it, it's gonna look fancy a little bit better than a handwriting. But now I'm just so over it. I'm gonna go and actually get the stickers and write them down and stick them.
Yeah.
But you know what? I do love the aesthetics. I love when people get creative. I like seeing things beautiful. I love when things are aesthetically pleasing. And people are doing it so much nowadays. They're putting so much effort and work into it. And I love seeing it, and I appreciate it. Am I gonna do it? Absolutely not. But I love it so much, yeah. And I think it is cool, especially for the school idea thing. It made me so happy. Seeing it, I was like, oh my God, I should use that. And I'm not even a teacher. You know what I mean? But like maybe in the future, I will
Yeah.
suggest it to like my kids' school one day, maybe, or my
Yeah.
nephew's school. I'm gonna be like, do you need a marker?
Do you need the
You need a
label
marker?
maker? Let's just do it. I mean, in the end, like if you're not really using it, exceeding in using that kind of, let's say, label maker, then I would say it's something very good. But if
Yeah.
you're exceeding, I think you should really see someone. And speaking about that, how about we take this quick break? One of the most annoying thing to me is when I enter a place and then I see so many cables being there presented. And it's not because it's let's say annoying just to watch, but because I really think a lot, like if someone could pull a wire or anything could happen. So when it comes into, let's say, having a TV set, everything behind the TV is acceptable, but anything in front of it is really annoying.
Yeah.
So one of the challenging things that I've seen it at home is because working with your daughters and having their tablets and they want to charge it all day, one of the challenging is to keep these cables being hidden in a certain place and area, because you'll be seeing them removing it all over from a
and like
place to
tripping
another.
over them and all of that.
Yes.
Like we have like our producer tripped, who just tripped because of the
Exactly.
cable.
Yes.
That's
Can
crazy.
you imagine?
That's crazy.
With a lighting cable itself.
I know.
But it's very dangerous, and of course at the same time you want to really maintain the area. You want to not think about, you know what, I'm gonna record something and I don't want that wire or cable to be actually
present. It shows
and
everyone.
yes. So one of the things that I've seen people started to do is they start to build a hidden, let's say, whether a set, a wall, a drawer, everything has to be hidden in a way, you know, so that it doesn't really annoy anyone anymore. And I think it's very good and a very, let's say, considerate sense, because people started to really know how very, let's say, really irritating. And sometimes if you have this electrician who actually comes and wants to fix for you an area at home, you'd be like telling him, I want to extend let's say a cable or let's say a block from here and I want it to be there. Like some of the old schools would bring you a full wire.
Yeah, really, and you trace it everywhere.
Yes, and you'd be like, and then we see, and thank God, the development of, let's say, having these cable and wires being hidden. Like, how do you feel about that, Fazia?
I love it so much. Put in mind, I come from a place, my dad, he is a very old school, he doesn't really care, wires everywhere type of guy. But with my mom being around, my mom, she loves visuals. She likes things to be tidy and like hidden somehow. And like, again, I always say aesthetically pleasing because people really care about this nowadays. And also your eyes, they really need a rest. So when they see a lot of mess, they would, like, you would physically feel tired. So the wires is the same thing. I 100% do like the box thing. I already have it at home. Everything is like, that's like the main thing, you know what I mean? The main cable where like everything is connected. And then you got the little wires everywhere. My sister-in-law, she got really creative, and then she found like from online, like a box where you put like the long, the one that connects everything.
Yes, the extension.
Yeah. So she would put it in, and then she would put all the wires and the chargers, everything inside, and then she would cover it. And I was like, where's the charger? So usually it's out there, and she's like, yeah, it's in the box. And I was like, that looks gorgeous.
Right.
And it's extremely hidden. And then I also love even like the wires that come outside, like you will see them physically. You can always like cover them. There's always like something you can buy, like you cover them and they look so pleasant, and then you can also connect them to the corners instead of you putting them all the way, because like it is so dangerous having them out there.
Right.
Because like for me, one of the times where I had to actually like bring an electrician and like for me to change the whole thing was like in the bathroom, because there's water, you get scared. You need to make sure that you tame that, you know, cable down because everyone is going to get electrocuted. So I made sure, like when I brought the electrician, I was like, I need it to be connected, and I need it to be up instead of down, because like, you know, with the water and everything on the floor. And that's like the greatest thing for me. I love them. I love when you connect them and you get them out of the way, because I don't want people tripping. I don't want people get electrocuted. I don't want kids to like, you know, like nip or like even like bite them. So my nephew bites on them.
Yeah,
and it's so dangerous.
like I have my daughter when it comes into the charger, she keeps, let's say, keeping inside her mouth just to have that kind of what's gonna happen. Yeah. Before there was the phone wire, the wired phone. It used to be, let's say, blocked on the electricity, and I always like to take of that wire from the phone itself, and I used to keep it in my mouth just to feel that kind of, let's say, sense of electricity coming.
You're crazy, girl. Girl, we established already some of us need therapy.
To be honest,
girl,
because I was that kind of a child wanting to know what's gonna happen.
Okay, you're curious. You're a curious child.
So because I know that I was a curious child and my daughters are curious, so I always tend to hide things, try to keep it and avoid it all the way. So it was very good, but at the same time, yes, cable management is very important, especially for the safety. And having that said, how about it? We take this quick break.
So one of the greatest activities I have now, since I'm a new wife, it's hilarious. You would laugh at me because I did not do it back home when I was with my mom. It's laundry, and I think it's one of the most meditative moments for me. I love it. I love doing laundry. It's so easy. It's just you put it there in the machine, you're good to go. You have fun with your life. You come back, you put it out there for the world to see and for it to dry up. So are you the type of person, because I feel like there's two people regarding whoever does laundry, the people who does like small patches here and there, a small batch, or you do a full day, full batch. You will take the whole thing, a big pile of clothes, and then you just wash them. And for me, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not washing clothes every day. That is not what I want to do in life. I do it once a week, and it's a huge pile, and I just like divide it, and it's like a full day for me. It's like a full cleaning day. So it's just like the clothes, you got the kitchen, everything. I'll be cleaning everything. So it's easier for me instead of like doing shorter. And also for me, I feel like I'm saving. I think it's a lie. My mom told me back at the time, if you do small batches here and there, you'll be wasting a lot of soap.
Okay, she would be thinking about the soap. I don't want it to end. It's a mom issue.
It's a mom issue. Yes, because she gives us. She's like, you don't want to waste the soap, and I'm like,
it's a mom issue. Trust me. I mean, I have to tell you this at the beginning. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because you're doing such a very huge thing that
I'm trying.
Couldn't actually do when it comes to that. And I've been married for 11 years.
Yeah.
And I still didn't do
I'm lacking other stuff. I burnt potatoes yesterday.
Even when it comes to cooking, trust me, you're winning. You're in the top now. Let me just tell you, like you're on the rank and stuff.
Thank you.
Talking about laundry, I mean, I would clean the house, wipe the floors, vacuum everything. Even when it comes into the window, everything's gonna be shiny. I would do the dishes. But when it comes into two things in life, cooking and laundry, I'm the worst.
It's the easiest one.
Imagine when it comes into laundry, like I remember the first year of marriage, every week we used to do laundry, but I used to take a very huge, big amount of clothes, put them in the bag, and then take them to my mom's home. So that was the whole laundry day for me. And I would wait for it to get dry, and I'll be like going from morning, coming back at night with all of my things being, say, dry clean. And thanks to our very hot weather all season, everything gets really dry. And trust me when I tell you, to me, it's the most challenging thing. Because I would never think about the fabric. Is it good for washing? Is it not good? Can I mix two colors together? Could this go here and there? It's, to me, very challenging. And I had this incident with one of my aunts. She had a very early delivery and she lives abroad. So I went to her. I stayed in the hospital for almost 2 weeks with her, and then we went back home. I have to tell you this. I cleaned everything. I wiped the floor. I did everything. And then I had one cousin who's coming to help me. And I kept the whole laundry for her because she does it very good and very fast. And she knows what to do and what to put. And she could actually work two laundry machines, like two washing machines at the same time. And she's really into it. And I'm like, thank God you're there. Because I cannot do it.
I would have cried about it.
Because trust me, like if someone told me or asked me to do a laundry, it's not because I don't like to, but because
I don't. Is it automatic or is it the old school one?
No, it's the automatic ones. And to me, it was very difficult because you don't know what to do, what to push, what to keep. So I remember when the helper went out when I was in my in-laws' home, because my mother-in-law has the helper, like I don't have the helper. So her helper traveled, and I remember she went to her daughter's house because there's a helper and everyone is there to help her. And I, let's say, stayed at home, and I was like, you know what? I have to be, let's say, a woman and have to do it. And I remember I went outside and it was the old one, the old washing machine. And I used to look at it, and it's really easy. Just add the cloth and add water, and then add the washing
detergent,
yes, and everything. And I didn't know that this was a whitener, and this was the ones that you add for only
you mix
color.
them up.
And I mixed things with the black colored ones. And trust me, I made it more of a fashion thing.
I mean,
like
why not?
you can have more of these pots being there, and then it was a trend, thank God.
Oh my
But like, imagine I did that without, like, it's not because I was on purpose doing it, but it was there. And from that day on, I knew that there are people who are made to do things, and I wasn't made to do laundry. And hopefully that will change. But until that, how about we take this quick break? So of course, one of the most important thing is when you go outside, you want to feel like everything is on set, and especially when it comes into wearing your shoe. So a lot of people would keep in mind that, you know, a shoe rack is very important, no matter where it is, whether it's next to the door, whether it's in a room, anywhere. A shoe rack is a must. So one of the things that I face, and I've noticed it's an issue that I have, is as much as I have an own clothes, I have equivalent to it amount of shoes. Whether it's a high heel, a sport shoe, sandals, anything. So I reached to a point that the shoe rack started to be very difficult for me to actually purchase one that's suitable for shoes. Then I started to have small wardrobes and set them in a way that they become more of a shoe rack.
Yeah.
And it started to be very annoying because I have these boxes that you keep your shoe in, and then their own, let's say if it's a brand shoe, then their own brand box is actually there, and so. But time after time, because you try to, let's say, have two jobs and go out in the morning and go out at night, so you have different shoes being there and set. And I live with my mother-in-law, so she lives on the first floor, ground floor, and I live on the second floor. And to go to the second floor, there is more of a stairs. So it started to become more of a way where I leave my shoes on the shoe rack next to the door, and then my helper would come and set it all back. But it became very difficult because now on the stairs you could see so many different collections of pair of shoes. Whether it's for me, whether it's for my husband, whether it's for my daughter, like everyone started to set them there, and I'd be like, what's happening? Like, is it really that difficult to maintain? And I started to think about it, like, am I doing it wrong? I cannot manage to organize everything. And then I think I have a shoe issue problem now.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's just like getting used to it, because like I swear, maybe we're the problem. I'll take it back. Because my mom's house, she does 100%, she has a shoe rack. Put in mind, I would never put on the shoe rack my shoes. I would take it with me. Sometimes I would walk in the living room, I forget it there. Sometimes I would leave one pair, like I leave it, like one shoe I will leave on like the shoe rack, the other one is somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. And then sometimes we mix the other pairs together, and I never really bother. But the minute I moved, oh, trust me, that shoe rack is organized. Oh, the minute I'm walking in the house, I'm taking my shoe off and I'm putting it straight in. And maybe it's because I don't want to tidy up no more. There, I know I'm not gonna tidy up maybe.
And plus it's a home, like it's a big home.
Yeah.
Like to me, I feel, and I have this issue because we're living in a home, not an apartment. So I feel like, you know, that kind of sense, like there are a lot of space and I can keep it anywhere. Like when I got married, I had this very cute shoe rack next to the door, and it was very plain and black. And I was really amused, and I drew on it. Drew some faces, reactions, and we used to, let's say, we were like, wow, it's really amazing and fun. We used to organize everything inside of it. So I think it's that kind of sense, you know what? Having a huge home, giving you that kind of sense, you know what? I can just keep it anywhere. Like, no one is
it's so true. It's
know.
so true.
Like, my mom is not gonna know if I kept it here and there. Like, this is where
so
it comes
true.
into my case. Yeah.
I know for me, because I don't want to like clean. I don't want to like wash after someone. I don't want to even. I don't want to see things on the floor, because that means I'm gonna start cleaning. Girl, I don't want to do it. It makes me so sad, and that's why I'm like, no, it's a necessity, and it's also, it helps me so much. And now even my husband, I'm like, when you come here, you're taking your shoe, you're putting it in, and thank you very much. We're both happy, and we can survive life. And from now on, it's just like, it's going well. But it's just, I think it's because of the space that we were talking about. It's so true. Because my mom's, no one really cares much. I'm so sorry, my mama. But like for me, no. It's a necessity. And also it could be like really cute. For me, like I have like a closet. It was super, like the space inside, it was really short. So I couldn't really put anything, no books, nothing would fit. So I made it a shoe rack technically. So I forced a closet into being a shoe closet.
Yeah.
And it looks super fashionable, looks great. My mom, she's like, wow, what is that? And I'm like, you know, like when you walk in, you'd be like thinking that you'll put your coats in. No,
Yeah.
you'll be putting your shoes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like my situation.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Our weather is not that cold to have a coat.
You know what?
So a shoe rack is very, very important.
It is. It's everywhere and it's needed and it's a necessity. But how about this? We go for a quick break and we'll be right back.
So when it comes into life, especially as females, we have, and let me tell you this, if you have sisters, then this kind of, let's say, concept is being there in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the one who buys and then you have the one who borrows. And there are so many things that you keep in mind that, you know what, since you're buying this, I'm not gonna buy, I'm gonna borrow, and vice versa. And
So
different
true.
kind of concepts.
So true.
So when it comes into being a sister and with a brother, it's a different case because
Absolutely.
we don't have a lot of things in common. But let me tell you this, we have these kind of, let's say, interests when it comes into gadgets and buying these things. So I remember I bought a mic and he never thought that he would need a mic. So he was like, I'm not gonna purchase a mic. And then once there's a meeting and he was like, I need a mic. Who has the mic? My sister. Why should I go and pay 50 KD over a mic?
So true.
And he was like, can I borrow it? So we have that kind of, you know, extent where you actually buy and borrow certain kind of, let's say, gadgets and items. So to me, I think it's a very good concept. People would say, I wouldn't say that it's more of a smart, but you know what? It's a money-saving concept
situation,
where you don't want to really extend to buy things that you're not going to use a lot, but you can find it with a different person.
Yeah. But the question is like, what if you don't have anyone to borrow stuff from? So are you going to go to a store, buy a shirt, wear it, and then take it back?
Yeah.
Because that's not cool. Because I know, but the thing is, I know some people, they do it.
And it's
And
one
I
of the things
think-
that's happening now.
Yeah. And I'm like, that is messed up. Especially like, I know like bigger event dresses or anything that has to do with a bit fancy stuff.
Yes.
It's easier for them because you will wear it only once. So I would understand the borrow aspect, but if you're borrowing it with the store itself, that's a problem, you know? But for me, I don't really care. I'm buying the piece.
Yeah.
I'm buying it, even if my sister has it. We reached a point where we used to like fit each other. Not anymore.
Yeah.
But we used to fit each other. So I used to buy a suit. She used to buy a suit. And then later on, we're like, let's just switch. But then I realized within the time, I'm just possessive over my stuff. And also whenever I want to wear it, it's like she reads my mind and then she runs after, like literally she gets it first, she wears it, she leaves the house, and then she calls me, she was like, and I call, I'm like, where's the shirt? She's like, I wore it. You know what I mean? And right here where I realized, yes, right here I realized I will never borrow anything with anyone. I'm just buying stuff. I'm taking it. If you want one, you can get another one just in case.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not borrowing it. Sometimes I would steal for my sister, not borrow. I would take it with me home. Other than that, you're not, and she's not allowed to borrow or steal. I
love that.
I swear.
Like, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
not
life
touching
form.
anything.
I mean, it's very great to have that kind of sense, but the most important thing is to always, like, if you borrow, then you have to preserve it and keep it, return it as it is.
Yeah.
And if you buy, then it's a yay for you and it's good for you.
Yeah.
So having that said, how about we wrap it up for today?